Welcome back, everyone, and we just watched a 13-5 take place where it seems like at the beginning, Wyatt, everything was going according to plan for SAD, but it just slipped through their fingers every single round. After 7 in a row went for Turtle Troop, and the second half was just domination for them, and Turtle Troop take that win of Ascent.
Yeah, SAD opened up with really good gameplay around the Yoru. Skarn was TPing to the site that was being hit at the perfect time to be that additional anchor, and their game plan looked good. They won the bonus round, and then it was after that they got thriftied, and then things just went out of control from there. And Turtle Troop came in with an exact idea of the win con against this comp, how to counter it based on what they saw last week against M80, and they were absolutely right. It was just good planning and great IGLing from Stellar in this game.
I thought SAD kind of led with a lot of confidence at the very start, like you said, like taking pistol and also taking like full control of mid. Wasn't there a part where SAD were like trying to spawn camp Turtle Troop? Like you thought like, oh, it's one of those type of matches. SAD were trying to take so much of map control, but sometimes would gamble on the wrong side. They would take full B and full mid control, and then that let Turtle Troop kind of walk into A for free. So SAD were very, very aggressive, but I think eventually Turtle Troop figured out how to either slow it down or how to punish it.
It was a little mental game that the two teams were playing. Like you're saying, Lemon, SAD just at the beginning looking very, very confident. Not only they won the pistol, but they won the bonus of that first half. And then it's just Turtle Troop getting that thrifty and winning again 7 rounds in a row. It's a big deal. And looking back at the history between these two teams, between Turtle Troop and SAD on Ascent, Turtle Troop, they didn't play this map for the longest time, and the last time they played it, it was actually against SAD. They take that loss then. It was for the Sean tournament that happened in the off season. It was a SAD 13-6, and then it seems like it was also a mix of the read of what SAD was doing last week, and Turtle Troop just honestly feeling themselves. Wyatt, you mentioned so many times how Corey was just, it seems like at the right place, right time to get these kills and get these opportunities to allow the team to close it out.
Yeah, you had B-Dog just owning the server on Duelist. He's just a sick player, rifling and opping. That one round with the Outlaw was ridiculous. Corey's rifling right now across this whole season so far has been so consistent. And I definitely want to give a lot of credit to Stellar on this. Being the lone initiator Sova, his utility is very important in this comp, and he was using it extremely well. The timings with all the recons were perfect. Was getting a lot of value out of the drones and everything. Like he was, despite not getting a lot of kills, he didn't need to, but he was doing his job perfectly, and the calling was great.
And Lemon, one of the things that you mentioned as well is that there's a possibility that it had to do with not even so much of the composition, but in a mix of the adaptation and the mental for SAD, especially because they take those timeouts to try to fix things. They don't really work out. Do you think that's a point of concern for what the second map of Sunset is going to be?
Yeah, I think that has to do with what Wyatt said at the beginning of like, you got, was it thriftied or whatever? Like near the start, like they had built so much momentum and maybe just caught themselves making stupid mistakes, or maybe just losing gunfights that they felt that they should have win. I think if I'm SAD Esports, I come into this match like not worried at all about Turtle Troop. I'm worried about M80. How do I recover from the M80 match? What do I think about TSM? And Turtle Troop wouldn't be on my radar. I feel like not enough teams are respecting Turtle Troop based on like their results, but the way that Turtle Troop kind of whooped SAD on Ascent, now I think SAD have to seriously think how they approach this next map, because it's also not their choice of map.
And it's also one of those where they run the deadlock again. And with the way that Turtle Troop played today, I would not be surprised if this is a composition with a double Sentinel that we saw on Ascent that they planned on specifically to play against SAD. Now I'm wondering if we're actually going to be seeing the same deadlock for what is going to be the second map of Sunset, where there's a possibility Turtle Troop can take it 2-0.
Yeah, I would definitely like to see them make some changes on Sunset. Their comp with the solo deadlock Sentinel was just not good on defense at all, because the sonic sensors just aren't trips. They just suck. They're like one of the worst pieces of utility in the game. They don't get they get like next to no value. So even though you have them up watching an area of the map, you're not actually watching that area of the map. It's not allowing them to get any information and be able to stack elsewhere. Like you can't, like they were still having to watch those areas even though there's sonic sensors up. So like their defense was super spread around, and it was just really tough for them to ever have a good setup. And that's where Winthrop just kind of rolled them over. They had cool attack rounds, and they had a lot of site execs that were, you know, using some lineups with the deadlock. But yeah, I'm looking at defense, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they changed the comp. Maybe add in the Cypher with the deadlock here again. Like, I think that's very possible.
Yeah, there's a possibility, especially with how Cypher has been kind of meta and when it comes to Sunset. And I like that you mentioned that point, right, of deadlock. In a way, even if you have that sensor, that doesn't mean that you're able to just put the sensor and not watch, or you still need to have somebody constantly check or be holding the angle just to make sure that nobody's coming in and swinging and killing you that way, and killing you when you're expecting it the least. And that is one of the differences, right, between the sentinels that we have. Even the weakest sentinels that we have, like Sage, you still have a wall, and you can at least hear the wall being broken. So the couple things that you see here that I'm interested to see how Turtle Troop is gonna target and is gonna address those issues that happened before. But in order to see if it's actually gonna be something that they have to address, is going to the agent select for the second map of Sunset. Let's see if the deadlock is still gonna be a thing. Let's see if Sad is running also something new, something different, as that Yoru Gecko that we saw in that map number 1. And on top of that, when you are with your back against the wall in this situation, you want to be positive. It's gonna be, do you bring something new? Are you under pressure? Are you able to handle it just fine? And Wyatt, it does seem like, once again, it's going to be that single Sentinel deadlock that's going to be played. And on the other side, for SAD Esports, is that standard composition that we've seen teams run, pretty much the meta composition that we have of Sunset. So I'm very excited to see it. Let's see how things turn around. There's a possibility for that too. But SAD Esports, with that pressure, need to come back. And I'm going to send it to you guys.
Thanks so much. Yes, the deadlock continues, but one thing I want to stress is that SAD Esports do not like this map. SAD Esports always bans Sunset and Breeze, so being here at Sunset is not how they want their series to end.
Yeah, one positive for them is that they haven't played it in a bit over a month, and when they did before, they were playing a totally different composition. So whatever they're doing here is going to be, you know, fresh in the minds of Turtle Troop, and is going to be to them to have to adapt to it. And, you know, they have one of the more experienced IGLs in Stellar here. Obviously, you know, was in partnership, played with 100 Thieves for a long time. So certainly someone you can trust to make the correct decisions for his team in the moment. And also, it's not like this is a comp, to be fair, either, that they're not, you know, playing against in scrims. I'm sure they've played against this comp or a similar one about, you know, 100 times on this map. You know, so I think they'll know what to do here. Quick little, like, barrier smoke combo to try and control B main from Turtle Troop.
Yes, SAD. There. Slowly making their way through B, and against them is Adder, who I think puts another barrier mesh this time at the B gate. So a little bit annoying, but just a time waster. Just shoot the orb and that'll come down. But SAD also have a Cypher of Coburg lurking around mid, seeing what's up, and also Dark is defaulting over to A. And okay, time to get rid of that wall, and that is a lot of guns to deal with that.
It's just so annoying to deal with on the pistol round. They do break it though, make that presence in B main, try and draw some rotates, and now work other parts of the map where these two players lurking have been. Dog is going to come through into market, try and trigger this B split here, a 1-4 hit.
Yeah, Corey manages to escape through the smoke, and SAD stomp in through mid with Zoe at B main. TTR have 3 stacked. It's a pickup for Corey. Now circling around is Stellar, looking for the backstab, and manages to pick up 1, but Stellar shot in the back. That's 2 for Coburg. And SAD ready to plant, but retake for We Did and B-Dog through the top. Some nice headshots out of We Did, but Bob ready for the trade. It's B-Dog in a 1v2. They were impactful last map, and okay, the knife kind of jump scared him, and Darkus will let him know.
Darkus is a fan of the post-round disrespectful maneuvers. That's something I've seen a lot in previous matches. Was doing that like against M80, I think wall like down a bunch of rounds too. Listen, trying to get the confidence up a little bit, you know, trying to get the team fired up, talking some trash kind of thing going, you know. But that was good opening. Good opening from Sad. Good late backstab from Coburg. Really made the difference there.
Now they get to try this all again at B, but the deadlock is actually over at the A site. Now gambling the wrong one, and Orb for the defense is Sad. We're hoping to punish that. There is something separating them, and the smoke is so annoying. Everyone's just barking at each other on the other side of this fence, and no one will walk through it yet. You have this Darkest Viper watching for an extension out of A, and read that perfectly. Gets B-Dog, the ace there for TTR, out of the picture. So, I mean, Sad can now give up on B, knowing that TTR is so pushed up.
Yeah, they get that heal as well, and the trip that's watching a deep A push has never gotten broken, so they're just going to work their way back over. They don't want to bother with B main, given how long that smoke was up there. They're going to be hot on Adder's heels here. Good catch from Darkest. A site wide open. Should be a pretty free round from here.
All right, guiding light to just take care of this alleyway. It is Stellar ready, having full util. Snakebite kind of cut them off and didn't actually check that entryway, just threw the snakebite. Stellar is like no space to work with.
One enemy remaining.
So Sad will get the trade. He got the outlaw and one person left. We didn't barely dodge that bullet. But now back-to-back rounds for Sad.
This is a team that loves their outlaws. It seemed like Turtle Troop had almost all classics though, so they should be able to get their heavy armors online. Yeah, they're going to be able to get them on everybody, so pretty important here to counter that weapon, the bane of light armor players.
Yeah, just having a good default and getting the first kills for Sad, especially Coburg. It's a big round, shifting from B to A and letting Turtle Troop get the orb and just exploring through mid, and Sad playing around this map very well. Now full buy this time for Turtle Troop. And some action as Sad were gonna try out A this time, so some damage into B-Dog.
Look at this already. The map control for Sad. They took a B main. Previously it was Corey smoking that off, taking the close position, but Sad have got that. Darkest up close. A reclear from Adder. Oh my god. Wins the second duel against B-Dog as well. This guy has some seriously good aim. Really an upcoming player in Challengers this year.
Absolutely, and Bob is sprinting over with the spike. This site is open, and Sad still look committed, especially with this hallway control from Coburg. 25 HP, screaming for help. And all the util to overwhelm the A site holders of Turtle Troop. But with the trip, they gotta deal with that. And wow, Corey with two.
Spike
Darkest
down
picking
A.
up the third, and Sad are in a 2v2 with an outlaw and a guardian. And pitting to the right side of A is Darkest. And it'll be up to them and just planting in the pit, hoping for the best. And We Did and Stellar. How are they going to infiltrate this? Darkest can fall back to the alley with plenty of cover as the haunt from Stellar tries to find Darkest in this pit. Darkest has to also watch the flank, knowing that they're both just spraying through it. Just need to play off a contact. As soon as they touch the spike, how long can Darkest really hold this? Buying as much time as possible, now getting shoved off by the snake bite. Here's the spike being tapped in. Stellar emerges and saves the day for Turtle Troop.
Things really fell apart there for Sad after a sick opening from Darkest. Turtle Troop just having to re-clear that space, face-checking with a deadlock, which is tough. And that is part of the problem at times with this comp on defense. You just have to face to get information. Darkest capitalizing off that, but it's Corey swinging back in quickly through A main. That was just running fast. I think getting all the way over there with the stim earlier on. Last week, it was Corey on this map that was keeping Turtle Troop in the game on the Brimstone. He was putting up some crazy numbers.
See if you can put up some crazy numbers in this next round. Sad on offense this time. Pushing through mid, having Zoe on the left there watching B and a default for Darkest at A, so just taking their time with this.
This time unable to get much map control. Of course they have mid, but they're going to have to worry about the extremities when they try and go for site exec here. Aren't going to get that information, certainly expecting they would be in mid given what's happening on the flanks, but at the same time, Darkest took some space. Wow, Nightfall comes out into mid. There's no one who can really capitalize off of that though for TTR.
Yeah, it was a nice Nightfall. Hit the whole team, but no one wanted to swing, and Stellar was the only one who could, and the rest were over at A, not in a good pinch position, but he got mid control back, zoning ult, of course, but sad. Now big engagement for Darkest, checking this corner, and big win against
30
B-Dog.
seconds left.
That means Sad can start thinking about A, calling in the reinforcements to shift over. TTR rotating as well. Adder holding the box in a dangerous position, and at least goes and gets 2 in that, but the paranoia will shut them down once and for all. But Sad are weakened. 10 seconds left. The play will go down. Darkest with 3 and a full team wipe in favor of Sad.
Darkest is looking fantastic on these lurks right now. Caught a nice timing to work up A off that deep mid pressure that the rest of Sad were applying. The pressure that baited out that Nightfall. In the meantime, working all the way up into the link. So aware of B-Dog's positioning. Excellent play from him.
And Stellars at IGL for Turtle Troop called the Nightfall, and even off of the deadlock util at mid main, it just wasn't something they could play off of in that moment. At least Adder sure had an impact, stopping the at least flawless site exec from Sad. Either way, dogging it up B. Sad don't have someone from the defense holding close this time, so free to walk in. Smokes covering the mid cut, just having to worry about the top of site. Throw a boom bot down. That's a free plant.
Not bad utility and weaponry for a retake here.
I've got your trail.
They can opt for this Brimstone ultimate.
It is Seekers out and a Nightfall or something. Either way, Sad just trying to distance themselves. Here's the entry from Turtle Troop. Now the orbital strike at the back of sight. Sad are just getting tossed up by everything. And Bob, even though got a nice double kill, it was not enough. What a retake out of Turtle Troop.
Yeah, Crave Flood, it just came down to the ultimates. Adder caught someone with the cocoon thing as well. I swear to God, every time I cast Deadlock, I've had to slowly learn the names of the abilities and just casting Deadlock because who plays this agent? I don't even know what the ultimate is called. But Adder, I swear, he is the best with the Deadlock ultimate that I've seen of any Deadlock play in pro games. He consistently gets kills with it. He got the pull on someone. The Brimstone ultimate came down at the same time to cut off the people that are on that little plant area on site around the corner. Great Flood retake.
A good win for Turtle Troop after using all those ultimates. Not letting Sad get too far out of arm's reach, and Sad shutting everybody down in mid. And Neural Theft activated by Coburg. Now deciding which site looks the juiciest, which one looks the weakest. And where is Turtle Troop set up? B is completely free. Sad gonna run in, having the smoke and shutting down the Prowler immediately. Sad ready with the crossfire. Plant will go down. Turtle Troop ready to swing as soon as the smoke goes down. When their util is back up, but they're losing bodies and they're running out of options. Turtle Troop in a 2 versus 5. Gonna decide to leave this and save guns.
Yeah, no choice about it. Their economy is really bad right now. going for that aggressive mid play, but suffering the consequences of not having any flash agent or anything to really set up B-Dog. He just walks out of the smoke with no real info on mid, so he just gets killed immediately. Such a high-risk play early on in the round, and just crumbles the team around him. A pretty free win for Sad here.
Yeah, just great neural theft that just made the decision for them of just B site seems to be where they favor, where they've been able to get into. Yeah, I was like, what is that announcement? I thought it was production. but Sad, it was a good hit.
All right, so that Viper wall is going to come up again here from Darkest to cut off mid. And we'll see. It looks like, again, Turtle Troop, they want to get aggressive here in the mid area. They're going to immediately run down with B-Dog's ult.
Oh, I knew it when he did mighty guns. It just assassinates too. He makes it look easy. Oh, Coburg going in the death note next, and Stellar should be able to finish off that person there. 3 for B-Dog this round. Sad caught completely off by the aggression of Turtle Troop, switching it up in this round. Bob does her best, but that's a B-Dog round if I've ever seen one.
This game's so good today. That is just... That is heinous gameplay. That's disgusting. Like just 2 knives, 2 perfect headshots. I couldn't even see what, or if any, util came down there. Did they throw the GravNet? I couldn't even tell. I think they might have thrown this GravNet lineup that went into the corner on A that had, who was that? Darkest Crouching. They had thrown a GravNet lineup there before. I didn't catch if that's what they did, but if so, that's pretty cool. Just gonna be a fast hit here now onto Edge.
Now matching that aggression, Sad, and even the teleport from Zoe right into the corner of the site. We're actually on the high ground too. Now clearing out the site box using the showstopper. Sad have done the job. Now they've planted. Retake will ensue from Turtle Troop, but ready to cut off rotations is Coburg. Having sights on that mid cut. Now some smokes, one-way smokes bothering Turtle Troop, but now that that's gone, they dash in off of B-Dog's smoke and taking some damage. B-Dog has an op that's going to be difficult to do in close quarters. And Sad gets pushed back into the hallway, and Zoe is still on top, both physically and metaphorically. As Corey, last one left in a 1v2, heard a shot from his right, knows Zoe is in front, taps the spike to get attention, 56 HP. Can Corey clutch it up? Time is not on his side. And Bob will swing just to check one last time, and Corey gets one for the road, but not a win.
Yeah, nice patience at the end there from Zoe and Bob, not giving an inch to Corey, who's just been so lethal with the rifles for years now. But the form on Turtle Troop these past couple of weeks for him, he's just been the best player. He has been so smooth with it. Very fast exec from Sad there. And it looks like they're geared up to try and get some quick A pressure again, but I mean, they might just go for this hit again, to be honest. I was waiting to see if Bob was going to bring the spike over there, and she does.
She's going to be quick satcheling in. Scar just gets flashed and just tossed by B-Dog. And where was the support for Skarn? Sad trailing behind. Now throwing flashes into the corridor. Up next will be Bob to get some control as everyone's switching guns. Sad will get the orb. This will give the Viper's Pit to Darkest. You can set up on the site. This will help them a lot. Turtle Troop have the haunt out, not really detecting much. B-Dog not gonna peek that one, just gonna smoke it out, and Sad's presence is definitely known.
Yeah, they've drawn the rotates here. And unfortunately for them, they feel like they could be completely pincered in. They have no info on other areas of the map, and they're only trip liners that one in A main. So as far as they know, these B players could be pushed up essentially all the way to that trip right now, and it's going to force their hand. They have to go in.
Oh, good teleport from Zoe again, but this gets read by TTR. They will not fall for this a second time. Also, TTR had people on the box, and that's the Skydog from Bob that revealed that. And Adder, 3 for this round, saves TTR.
I mean, a rare misplay from Bob was really the first domino that cascaded for Sad. That team flash onto Skarn with a double satchel up. Just gave that free pick away to Turtle Troop immediately. And then because of that, they want to go for this fast hit, but they have no info anywhere else on the map. They feel like their hand is forced. And Turtle Troop just do exactly what they need to in that situation. Just set up in anchor positions on site. Now economy absolutely shattered here for Sad.
Shadows traveling.
Back and forth they go. It's usually been a lot of A-site hits there for Sad, and going back to more default. Looking around mid, trying to break that door. Where the deadlock util from Adder has been either to cover that left mid door or to try and break up the B push. Having to adapt on the fly is tough for Adder, and Sad are getting ready for a B hit.
Yeah, B-Dog just setting up here, watching main.
Over there.
Playing that tight angle, and then has the dash available after getting a couple shots off to get out if and when necessary. See a little grab net ready to be potentially thrown, but no, I'm just gonna play it safe. I mean, I say play it safe, and pretty haphazard reswing, just needlessly dying, to be honest. I mean, that's gonna potentially, now it's gonna be tough to get that rifle, but evening the odds for not really any good reason.
Knows that B-Dog is playing deeper into sight, and Bob, the sheriff takes him out. Sad, hit it up, planting, at least attempting, and Darkest with a win against Weeded to keep the pit ticking. Sounds Corey and Stellar on the perimeter of this with the haunt, or I don't know, but
what's
something
that?
to pull.
Bounced off Bob's nose. That was just, I mean, listen, respectfully, I've seen better rounds of Valorant in my day than that one. Not, you know, the T's were not crossed, the I's were not dotted, but, you know, Corey recovered things at the end. That was, yeah, a couple mistakes made, but all good. Sad now 5-5. They're gonna try and take this time out here, as it's going to be a round where Turtle Troop have some big ultimates. I say big ultimates, I mean, that's kind of comical to say about the deadlock cocoon, but for what I've seen from Adder, that actually does become a big ultimate. And then crucially though, more so than that, is that Weeded has the Viper's Pit and might just put that down, you know, early on A, just completely shut that side of the map off. So Sadder, you know, considering their options if that pit comes down early, how they're going to try and play around it. And they have the sky to do so, right? Like, if they do actually even want to pinch onto that player, you know, in some positions, they could send the dog through and try and, you know, get that connection onto the Viper, stun, or at least just get the info so they can spray him down. It's a bit tougher to do on A, but if the pick goes down B, you can do a pinch, like through market and B main, and kind of catch that Viper in a bad spot. Again, look at the balance from Adder. Head shaking with the octopus on top, not falling.
He's got support. And also, I think I've noticed the Turtle Troop haven't taken a timeout yet. I think it's all been Sad, too, in the last map, and
yeah, you're right.
Sad starting here. Despite Turtle Troop, you know, it's pretty back and forth right now. I don't think they should feel too comfortable. Now B-Dog with the op in mid has so many juicy targets and couldn't find one. But that's where you gotta respect it. You do not want to drop that expensive gun, so Sad will have mid control.
And now gonna fall way back. In the meantime, Corey plays smoke to push up. He mains. There's actually gonna be a fight here. No, a bit passively. Oh my god, the alpha male energy from Corey.
Cannot run from that guy. He wanted that kill. Now orbital strike. Bob watches that go down. Not harmed, but Sad. Oh my god, getting faced up by Corey. 3 this round. Corey wants to win, and you gotta respect it. 4 versus 2 for the defense.
This is genuinely some of the best form that I've ever seen Corey in. He's just on Turtle Troop right now. Stellar of the Seas trying to deny that. Plant Skarn with a nice kill. And there's Adder again with the cocoon coming through. I mean, I'm telling you, this guy is the best with it of any player I've seen in pro play right now. Poor Darkest. I don't understand how he's so good with it.
It's just the most BM ult in the game. But they're all just having a dance around your cocooned body. And that's how the round ends. At least it's not like a slow, very long annihilation. Like you're just fairly short, but it hurts.
Oh yeah, wait, is that what it's called? Is it the annihilation?
I think so. Let me double check.
Oh, yeah, hold on. The 9 seconds, yeah.
Yeah,
hold
annihilation.
Oh, nice. All right, now I know. I'm learning.
It's not very butterfly effect. I was expecting a more butterfly theme there, but
Taking that peek down mid is B-Dog in the meantime. B main being taken. Hasn't been able to connect with this op just yet. His timing is going to be so awkward. Over.
The hard scope walking down mid is crazy, and B-Dog. Oh, he's deadly with the Blade Storm. Turtle Troop.
Oh, sorry, but I'm nerding out over this like same Gravnet that's being thrown in the corner there. This lineup from Adder that again just caught Darkest crouched in the corner, can't do anything.
Try again.
Turtle Troop continue to dominate. A is checked off their list, and mid, the showstopper, halted by Skarn. Now it's 1 versus 3, and Bob can't get it done. Another win for Turtle Troop.
When you have B-Dog just jumping through the smoke, going for the no scopes, I mean the confidence is just on maximum right now for this team.
Switching sides.
And I'm seeing like that little play with the Gravnet though. It's shown that they have, despite running this same comp, which I still do have question marks about on this defense side, they have brought more to the table here. They have a stronger offering with what they're doing on defense right now. Applying a lot more aggressive pressure on that side than they did last week against Winthrop, and it definitely paid off. A way better half than they had with this comp.
So far, so good. TTR back to a normal default. Back to pistols. And this last time was sad that took pistols, but not able to have just like a strong, dominant attacking side.
Where are you?
Let's see what TTR want to go to first.
There.
Fast haunt to just try and take some B main pressure. A sonic sensor is placed, but Adder's still going to have to watch that. Not the best trip in the world. B-Dog working up mid will have an opportunity to break this trip with some pressure.
Just a small exchange at A, where we did usually likes to go and lurk at A, but TTR have now lost that option. Not really getting much out of their B push, but now losing Corey, was getting eyes on mid. TTR not looking so cozy, but gonna see if drawing the attention away from A gives TTR an opening to work with.
Yeah, that mid push coming in, they just feel like, all right, A's got to be weak. Let's head over there quickly. Zoe threw a pretty cool paranoia to get that catch in mid. B-Dog getting aggressive
Spike
here
planted.
as Stellar. They want to fight forward and take some space.
Oh, and the swing! Oh,
enemy
they didn't know Zoe was there! Just waited for backup, but they're the person to worry about. The plant happened already, but Adder in a 1 versus 4 is just gonna wait for the inevitable. They think they're in the corridor, and Adder can't even get the 1. So Sad will take pistol.
Yeah, that mid-round play was really cool from Sad. They had a paranoia come in, I believe that was on a link side from Zoe, and then those mid players were able to push out down mid and mark it off that, capitalize. Got the pick that got them the advantage in the round. So that was just a cool little setup. Make the advantage happen. Force actually going to come out right now from Turtle Troop. 4 stingers, a lot of heavy armors. Adder's picking up the Sheriff. Looks like they want to go for a fast mid play. Adder has a lot of lineups with the grab nets here. Yeah, and we're going to see it right now. I think this one goes all the way down to the end of Link. Exactly. I mean, we'll see.
But Sky Flash and a Paranoia, there's a lot that Sad could throw at them on this entry. And, bullets too. Not bad. We did solo swings.
One enemy remaining.
Gets kicked in the teeth.
Down A.
And Sad, just the easiest round for them. Only losing Bob in that case.
tough for Turtle Troop. They're about to have to, I mean, they're going to just be on a bad buy again here. They're not going to have to fully go. You know, they can grab a couple sheriffs, small weapons, but that fast exec just absolutely ruined by crossfires close in the choke. Stinger's not able to find success against the Bulldog, and their utility that they threw just had no effect because of the close positions that SAD were holding in the crossfire.
Right, 7-7. We go to the deciding map. So a lot of Valorant to go, but better signs of life out of SAD, that's for sure, especially after that big shutdown, winning both pistols. Now it's TTR back to a slow, quiet default.
We'll see if SAD can do what TTR did to them on map 1, which is win the opponent's map pick. Darkus just facing down mid, finds that first hit. You can just see the positions here from SAD are so passive. They don't want to give away an inch.
Ooh. It's a 5 versus 2 already. Corey is a sheriff in mid, posted up, and oh my god, Skarn's just gonna satchel at him. Insane move, but had backup from friends. Double swing. Stellar almost got the 2, but SAD comes out on top. Now they have a lead.
Skarn has been playing really aggressive on this map. At some moments, kind of feels like a player trying to find their confidence because they were pretty low down on the scoreboard, struggling on the first half, and trying to take some of these aggressive fights, hit some shots, start feeling yourself a bit more. Sometimes that is the most crucial part of playing Duelist, is just having the confidence, winning the right fights, and not being afraid to take the right fights at the right time.
A good half so far for SAD.
Bring them down.
Now holding close at B main are both the controllers. So we ready the paranoia too, but Turtle Troop have left a spike behind. They're still feeling out their options.
Maybe a big rotation off A with all this noise made. Cobra gonna pick up mid, and you can see Bob running all the way through spawn as well to crossfire with him. They've just left Skarn in this pushed up position on A, and if necessary, can take that initial fight, retreat, and play around that Cypher setup.
Against We Did. That could be what breaks open the A site. Now Turtle Troop is starting to lean that direction, being quiet though. The Skarn, they got at least one. No, B-Dog with a big win. Turtle Troop, it's time to rush in. And teleporting is Zoe to go and support the A site as quick as possible. The only one not there is Darkest. Are they all going to want to funnel through the one side? Here's Zoe on the high ground, finding a creative angle. And the spike is down. It is recovered. Turtle Troop set up, but wanting to stop the re-entry of SAD. And Turtle Troop all lining up. It's trade for trade. Oh, jeez. Is that an adder? Is that an adder annihilation? I don't even know, but SAD.
It was an attempt. It was an attempt. I believe
Still getting
rid
of the voice cues. But
rare whiff on that one. Yeah, just so much damage done on that hit back in. Zoe's playing really well right now. That was a really creative TP to get on top of the box and have that angle over top into the A link. Get that kill onto Stellar, get the spike, drop there. That was really the difference-making play and a great recovery. I mean, it started with Skarn playing perhaps a bit too forward, in my opinion, not in a position to be able to really get out. Even if he wins the first duel, is probably going to get traded. But the rest of the team with a great recovery, and things are starting to slip out of Turtle Troop's hands. This is, you mentioned it before, like they hadn't taken a timeout yet. This is their first one.
I would too. It's 4 rounds in a row for SAD. It is time to panic. And it's kind of weird as like people are doing better on the other team's map choice. And I was trying to take a peek at Adder's like strat board there in the back, but the only strat is actually just the social media tags for everybody, because I see Adder in all big letters and then his teammates like We Did very small.
Yeah, this is where they have Stellar, the chillest man on the planet, taking over. My man is 24/7, the exact same vocal inflection. It doesn't matter if he's winning, losing. He's just always so chill in these situations. It looks like Turtle Trooper.
Cover going out.
I thought maybe they were going to go for that similar play where they throw a bunch of early units to the line of NA, but not going to be the case. All right, Bob, the most intelligent player in America. Too aware.
Through the smoke, aware. So, well, sad I've deleted that option from Turtle Troop's strat book. So, now ready to break open through the door. You got Stellar pushing through B main, just making sure no one's on the box. And already Cobra gets over while Darkest with the assist. Now as players pinching them from both sides, turns and burns onto the final Turtle Troop player. And that attack was shut down again.
A great setup over towards B. You're really kind of seeing on this defense already how much of a difference the Cypher can make. Just having that cam up in main and the trip on main was allowing more focus to be put onto the market area from the defending SAD players here, where Coburg was facing there, Zoe was coming down on the stairs side, and the whole time they just have the cam up, like, oh, no one's here, and then, oh, one player's there? All right, cool. Like, we can reposition and deal with that.
Let's see if SAD can suss out where they are, but looking at Darkest too. Well, there's a lot of visual stuff in the way, but that engagement is usually what breaks open A, but Skarn is now starting to overwhelm Turtle Troop around this corner from mid, already breaking down TTR's plans, who just haven't gotten a single offensive round win yet, and left to their demise of only Stellar and Corey versus all 5 of SAD, and the spike in the vision of SAD. This is rough.
I love the decision from them late in the game to just pull out a round that is entirely dissimilar to anything they've done so far. A full contact push down mid, which can be so tough for Turtle Troop to deal with because they don't really have many info gathering agents. Like, a lot of times, you know, if you're playing against a Gecko here on attack, like, the Dizzy will be thrown up and it'll be, you know, broken, and then it's like, all right, well, there's presence in mid, or, you know, if you have the Cypher, maybe there'd be a cam, something along those lines. Sky, there'd be a flash, but SAD taking advantage of the comp to some extent there.
Stellar did not want that smoke. It's just like trying to shoot through the smoke, and like 3 guns start spraying their way. I'm surprised Stellar is still living to tell the tale. 2 versus 3, 10 seconds left. It's looking pretty chalked, and gonna decide to keep their guns.
Yeah, I was a little worried there for a second, but look at the economy for SAD. They should be hunting these kills. Bob is going to get at least one, and both. Corey can't get the trade. That is a tragedy for Turtle Troop. Look at their money there. They're just boomed now for SAD to at least get to 12 here, and they can't really buy into this. So it's like at least going to be likely an OT game. They get a couple rifles, but it's like, do they really want to force this? I mean, it looks like it. This is such a weird buy, and now they're regretting it. Weeded is switching back. This is
B-Dog. He's got knives. That's basically an ace.
Yeah, he's been ridiculous with the knives so far.
All right, Blade Storm out, dodges the haunt, goes above and beyond. He says, come at me, bro, but the Seekers are there, and maybe has to use some knives just to get rid of that, and oh, Showstopper versus knives, it's a whiff. But the op comes out on top. It is traded against We Did. We're left in a 2 versus 4, and TTR just not having enough bodies to kick back. We Did. Last player standing with no spike, no friends, half health. It's looking boomed.
Respect to Turtle Troop for a really cool set idea there. That deep haunt all the way down past mid with B-Dog, you know, dashing, updrafting, getting past. So they have this B pinch that's coming from like spawn, market, main. It's like reminiscent of a play that Fnatic used to do on Haven a long time ago. It was pretty, I mean, listen, it was a cool attempt, but those Seekers from Bob made a massive difference just getting the info on that flank.
Just like the Blade Storm and the Showstopper like missing each other. And the pistols
yeah, that was just
that was comedy.
Way too silly.
Well, match point for SAD. 1 away from sending us to a deciding map. And this was TTR's choice, so this is just the trend today of winning your opponent's choice of map. Not a single offensive round has gone the way of TTR yet. Now just trying to make some noise at mid, getting slowed there by Smokes. Viper wall down, and Skarn, oh man, has an up looking at A main. A lot of bodies ready to run through. Skarn is going to respect whoever emerges. Could he hit an off shot? And oh, B-Dog still wins that. Skarn didn't pull the trigger fast enough. So we'll be B-Dog leading with confidence, dashing onto the site. At the top, ready to swing is Coburg. Even has a neural theft. Could be throwing this out if they could just get one pick. But the plant goes down for Corey, and Turtle Troop know exactly where they're coming from.
We did have the Viper's pit, but too far to actually use it. Corey, though, crucially, ultimate and Molly in hands. That is the power of Brimstone, how much delay you can get, and it should be the reason that they win this post plant.
Just the timing of knowing when they were gonna go. Adder is crazy, but Spike being tapped. The force Turtle Troop out of hiding, but no, it's the smoke that goes down. B-Dog caught. Now there's just a Molly on top of the Spike and an orbital strike too, and a lot being invested. It's only Bob left, and the Spike's about to go off, so TTR will buy themselves a round.
You're always so depressed when you have to retake and you just know that the enemy team's Brim is alive with an ult and the Molly. I mean, you just have no time to do anything. You have to risk tapping the Spike at least twice. You're not going to be able to get it to half either time. It's just so difficult. Crucially as well, Turtle Troop were able to keep their Viper's pit into this round, so that could be the reason they're able to lock up another on attack here. The economy for SAD is so good, though, they're going to pretty much be able to buy it for the rest of this half.
B-Dog has an op, and they're going mid with it. You better watch out. Natter there in support, but look at this aggressive push out of SAD. Skarn has the support of Zoe too, ready to go with the paranoia, but now, I don't know, maybe SAD have to rethink it. They did satchel away, or at least run away, and Skarn dances, picks up 2. SAD with the lead, 5 versus 2. And Skarn mid is all theirs. I thought they were maybe going to get caught, but they ended up winning the gunfight. So TTR, this is a massive comeback that they got to do.
Yeah, on the verge of winning their opponent's map pick. Taking this thing to Lotus, a map we've seen both these teams on a couple times now already. Floating it to the end here. Unless, of course, Stellar and Corey can make something incredible happen. I don't necessarily put it past Corey, but in this situation, 40 seconds on the clock, the crossfire set up here. They are walking to their demise.
Corey gets out of the nade. Now the Spike is just stuck in all types of smoke, and Corey's just gonna wait for SAD to run at them, but they could just swing as a team. Well, they're a little bit split, but there it is, a flawless, a Zenny flawless last round for SAD to send us into a deciding Lotus pickup. But Lotus is one of Turtle Troop's strongest maps. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, absolutely. Both these teams, yeah, they both played Lotus quite a bit so far. But yeah, I mean, at least just on that map, kind of similar to the first one, you know, with both teams running their unorthodox comps, picking the maps that they ran those comps on in the previous week, and their opponents both doing a good job of exploiting that. And that is why we have this inverse team that doesn't pick the map wins the map thing on the first two. Yeah, a good showing from SAD there, and Skarn in particular at the very end was definitely finding some form after struggling really early on, which is so important for a duelist to have the confidence and to be able to carry that over into the final map could be pretty pivotal for the team.
And after SAD have been constantly banning Sunset, maybe they should be picking it up more often, because that defense was almost untouchable at the end. But we're going to have to go to our deciding map of Lotus. Our series is tied 1-1. We'll see you after the break.